So that is what is my experience of the market ever. Okay, so let's see the 3 months chart over here. What we are seeing is it is making higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low. So this is an uptrend market, right? So let us draw a trend line. Last time I showed you, let us draw a trend line, how to draw a trend line. So basically we should be joining only the lows which it has gone through, right? So if this is the trend, and if the trend should not be broken, this particular point over here, it is somewhere around this. So it is
Ashok, we
somewhere,
can't see the screen.
you can't.
See the screen. Your other screen is shared.
Oh, really? No,
Yeah.
it is right. It is correct. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Thanks for the update there. I have two monitors, so that is what was confusing. Okay, so this is the trend which you'll be looking at. So basically, this is what uh, uptrend is. It keeps on making higher highs and higher lows, and this is a channelized trend which is going sideways. Okay, this has no trend. This is a sideways market. When it is sideways, there is no trending. It means that it is stagnant. It is going up and down in between a channel. It does not have anything to give the investors more than it is in that particular channel. Okay, so basically if we draw a trend line over here and we draw a trend line over here, it is nothing but it is going maximum up and down a threshold in between this, right? So this is what it is currently. So if it is going in sideways, you will have nothing much to do other than scalping. You will not be able to do a trend analysis. You will not be able to do contra will work in times of in channels. The contra will work. However, with respect to the sideways market, the only thing you will be able to do when it has to be continuous money making a tactic, it should be a scalp trading. So that is the best thing which can make money for you in sideways market. If it is sideways market, you will be making much more money than what you will do with trend and contra, right? And this is what you will be looking at in today's session, how you will be trading in a trend market, though you will actually be having scalping as your main income, how to go with the trend, how to keep that mindset, how to keep yourself cool to look into the trend and afterwards go by the trend. That is one thing you will have to take care of. When you have a long and the market goes up and down, it is for sure that it will go down, right? At that point of time, what will you do? So you will have to keep yourself cool and follow the trend and follow some things which it will decide if it is still trending, if it is still in the right direction, if it goes according to what we are looking at. Okay, so basically we will be looking at the 2021 day EMA. We will be looking at the trend, and we will be looking into another thing, which is MACD. Okay, so let's go by MACD. Okay, so MACD is one thing which will help us to understand if the trend is intact. Okay, so since we are looking at a 3-month channel, the trend is kind of moving. Over here it had dipped, and when it dips it will give a signal that it will go down. So that's one of the things it will tell us. So if we consider a tick list, not the tick list, sorry, the crosshair. So over here it has given the signal, and after it gave a signal it went down over here, and after it gave a signal it took almost a strength around 20-21 day moving average, and afterwards it came up, right? So MACD is to verify if the trend is impact. However, it is not an indicator which gives signals to buy or signals to sell, right? So this one over here, it says, okay, now I am going down, MACD is going down than the signal, and afterwards how much it went down, it did not go much downer, right? So if you had bought at this time, this is the day when the MACD went down, and the next day market went bit more down. However, how much down it went? Only about 30 to 50 points than the lows of this one. So MACD itself is not an indicator which indicates that you will buy or sell. So MACD is an indicator which gives information about the trend being intact, right? And if the trend is impacted, we will be selling or anything like that, we will be looking in MACD. MACD also serves as indicator that the trend may change, right? So let's look into that, how it will help us to verify if the trend is intact, sorry. Over here we have a crossover, right? We have a crossover, and 20-21 day moving average is also giving a crossover around this line, and that is this. This is the place where market is giving a crossover, MACD is giving a crossover, and 20-21 day moving average gave a crossover bit far ahead of it, but MACD gave a crossover right over here and says that the market is going higher. Okay, right over here we can see that market trend is changing than what it was previously. Okay, so previously what was happening, the market was falling, and afterwards market was falling more from here to here. Over here itself the market gave, this MACD gave us indication that the market trend is changing, and afterwards it slowed down and afterwards it fell. So this indicator again said, okay, the market trend has changed from up to down. Now it is better to sell. However, this is the only factor. It is not the only factor which will be influencing our trend trade. Okay, and over here the market is rising. It gave a signal that the market is rising. Okay, at the same point almost we have the change in 20-21 day moving average, and afterwards the market is going almost in the upper direction, and the MACD over here slipped a bit. However, a 20-21 day moving average also slipped and it came back, right? After that, what happened? Over here, market gave a signal. This is the indicator. This is the place where we were looking. And afterwards, it fell a bit. After that, it came up, and afterwards it went into a sideways market. And when the market is going up, when it is making highs and MACD is making lows, it means that the current trend, what it has, if it is a bull trend or if it is a bear trend, when it is making higher highs and MACD is making lower lows, it means that the trend is changing. Okay, so if the trend is changing, what happens? The market will slow down, probably not the right day, the same day. It will slow down, however, it may take a day or two to slow down as well. Okay. How is it helpful when you are intraday trading? Okay. So if it is intraday trading, what you will be considering is MACD combined with price action combined with 20-21 day moving average combined with Fibonacci series. That is what you will be considering. So MACD combined with all the others will give us a signal if it is going down or going up. Okay. So here we will be considering all these factors, right? So let me show you today's okay, first of all, I want to understand uh, how many of them are trend traders already. Uh, does anyone have experience? I know that Amit has experience. However, uh, how many of them are trend traders? How many have tried trend trading? And what is your success rate? Can you please type it? Pradeep has no experience. Anant, no experience. Didn't try. Okay, Mahendra is not having the account yet. Okay, so he will not be. Not try trend trading. Okay. Anant, no. Pradeep, no. Narendra, Mahendra, no. Indranath, no. No, Amit has. Abhilash also probably has not tried it. However, Abhilash has not replied. Yes, I think he doesn't know as well. Okay, right. So over here the market has peaked and the MACD also peaked, and it is usually following the trend of the market itself. If the market is going down and the MACD is also going down, and if the market is going high, this is also going high. Okay, so let us see if there is anything which changed for the market somewhere, and if it gave a signal, which it usually will. Okay, so over here this made this made a high over here, and afterwards, yes, this high over here was much higher than this, right? Almost around this was 92 and this was around 97, almost around 5 points higher. And look at this, what MACD has done over here. It is it is almost at the same level, or it is almost lower than what you currently have, right? So if we draw a trend line, if we draw a trend line touching the top, yeah, if we draw a trend line touching the top, if this is touching the top and this is almost touching it or it is a bit lower, it means that the the speed of the market is going down. Okay, so over here look at this one is higher, however it is not higher than this. Let us draw an ellipse here, let us draw an ellipse here. So these two are not equal, right? So you will see this blue line over here. Blue line touches here. However, this is higher than this. Look at the top over here. Look at this and look at this. So let's check this ellipse. Okay. And check this. Look at the MACD over here. How high it was, and look at the signal over here. This stop is higher than this stop. This stop is much higher than this stop, right? So what has this signal to do with this signal? Here MACD is an indicator of euphoria, right? So how much euphoria is in the market, how much momentum is in the market, MACD indicates this. So better off if we see that market is doing such high euphoria, has have such high euphoria over here. What is it over here? What is it over here? This is higher than this. However, look at the MACD. MACD has slowed down, and MACD, though market is going from strength to strength, it is going higher. MACD is going lower. And Pradeep asked, is this what is called as divergence? Absolutely yes, Pradeep. Yes, this is what is called divergence. So when the market is doing higher highs and MACD is doing lower lows, it means that market strength is lessening, right? So at that point of time, what you will be doing is you will look for peaking out signals just like this over here. It went much euphoric, and afterwards look at this, it broke, and afterwards let me show you what happened. Look at this. So it went from euphoria to the bottom, and afterwards it came up, and afterwards it came down. So whatever it was here, you could not expect that market will go much higher than this over here, right? So this is what is divergence. It means that the market is going higher though MACD is going lower. It means that you will have to slow down your trades and look at the trend changing, right? So this MACD is lower than this MACD, which means that now the market trend has slowed down, or it is a signal that market will reverse from here. What happened after this? everyone can see the trend over here. From this signal over here, left side, this signal over here, this signal over here, and this is what happened. From 9600 it fell all the way till 95, 68 or so, right? Let me check. Yeah, 95.65. Market went to 95.65 from 9600 levels. So almost around of 40 points low from the high of the day. Was this expected? Yes, it was expected. How was it expected? That was because the market was going lower in MACD when the market is going higher, right? This is a signal that trend is changing, and this is what made me take, if you have followed my exotic investment blog, I have mentioned that trend trade is the trend trade is 95, I think 96 16 or something. I sold it at 96.16 or so and bought it at 9600. So that is the trend trade. I made a profit of 15 points on Nifty futures, right? So uh, I wanted to keep it steady, and I wanted to make a steady profit. I didn't want to go with options because options was going higher though the market is going lower, right? So probably there were too many bears who were expecting that the put value will go down, right? So at that point of time itself the put value substantially increased, so that is the reason I was not going with the option trade uh, to sell it. So I was sure from MACD that the trend is changing. I only wanted a signal from 20-21 day moving average that the market is falling. I only wanted a signal that, okay, so now something is brewing in the market. I only wanted a signal that the market has changed the direction and it will go lower. This is what I was expecting. At usually around 2:30 to 3 o'clock, the trend changes. Okay. So this is usually what happens, and this is what happened over here as well. So market went up, and afterwards it was a Friday. The market came down again because everyone wanted to book their profits. Okay. So this is the place where I started my trend signal, and afterwards booked somewhere around those break-even points, because break-even usually is a very strong support. So I didn't want to take more chance of making more money, because greed does not long well go well with the trades when you are going trend trading. Okay, sometimes the trend may change as well. And when it changes, it will make your profits bare minimum. So I didn't wanted that to happen, so I booked at 9600. Afterwards, look at this, it went really low. This is the place where I entered. Okay. Yeah, Pradeep is asking, can you please explain MACD again? Okay, Anant is asking MACD again. Yes. Pradeep is asking candle size. Pradeep, could you please elaborate? Okay. So over here, what I will be doing is I will be drawing a Fibonacci for the first top and first bottom. Okay. I mean, there should be enough space that we draw the Fibonacci series. So this is what I'm considering. This is the first top I'll be drawing, and this is the first bottom I'll be drawing. Okay. So this is significant for the whole day. Okay. I'll usually keep the Fibonacci for about uh, 2 to 3 hours. So that would be for my trend trade. If I have to consider for, yeah, the candle is a 1 minute time frame. So I will explain you about the 5 minutes as well, Pradeep. In trend, 5 minutes is also required. Okay, this is only the beginning of the trend. Of the class of trend trading. Okay, so this is 1 minute. I will be explaining about the 5 minutes as well, how significant it can be. Okay, right. So let us draw a Fibonacci from top to bottom of the first 2 or 3 hours. So usually I will be making my decision of going long or short somewhere around 11:30 to 12, because somewhere around 10:30 the market will start its movement either upper or lower after the first 1 hour of euphoria is died. Usually when the market starts, there will be more people buying or more people selling around those times. So the people who are here to buy or sell, let them finish it off, and afterwards the real traders come in, who will either go long or go short, and afterwards they will start the trend. They are the ones who will start the trend, and usually around 10:30 to 11:30 the market will start showing the trend. That is what usually happens. Okay, so I will keep the Fibonacci series till usually till 11:30. Okay, till 11:30. As of now over here, I have taken till 11:47 over here. That is because the market made a low and it is falling more. So at this point, we have to see, if it is continuously making a low, then it is not good enough to draw a, a Fibonacci series at all. So at 10:59, it came down and afterwards made a low, and it went a bit higher, and afterwards it collapsed again. Okay, so that means that the market is still trending lower. We are going by the trend. If the market is still trending lower after the lows, then we will go for a short, right? When it is almost at the verge of breaking high, then we will not be going against the trend over here. Okay, so that is what I will be doing. Trend will be determined only after 10:30 to 11:30 analysis. So for the first 2 hours time frame, I will not consider the trend, because usually in between those times the market will go high or low, and afterwards around 12 o'clock or so it will start moving slowly in the direction which it has to. Okay, so that is what we will be considering for the trend analysis. Okay, so this is what it will be. I have drawn a Fibonacci series over here, and afterwards the market is going higher over here. Okay, so let me verify how much higher it can go up to. So from this particular point it is moving higher. Okay, it is moving more higher, and afterwards at some point of time it will have to take resistance. It may go to 100%, it may go higher than 100%, and afterwards we will have to take the decision. if we have to go long or go short, right? So we have to look for a trend which has emerged. Now here, let us consider the MACD. Let us consider 2021 day and moving average, and let us consider Fibonacci and see if this is a favorable trend to take the higher, take a call or take a decision of buying a call or maybe futures. Okay, this trend analysis is applicable on anything which follows a chart. I use this for trading on natural gas, bullion, crude, everything. Okay, so this works not only on options, this works everywhere. Okay, so this is what I'll be following. So here it has made a low, it is retracing, right? I am considering Fibonacci series because it is retracing. If it is still making lower lows, it means that it is not retracing, it is going right downside. Okay, so that is what I am not up to over here. So there are two trends over here. One is it went up and afterwards it came down, and afterwards it is retracing, it is going high. Okay, how much high? We'll have to look into the supports. Okay, and we'll have to look into the momentum is determined by MACD. How much momentum it has to go higher is what we will be looking at, right? So if it is really euphoric, it means that we will be getting a fast movement and we will be reaching the targets much faster. Okay, so that is what it means. Okay, so over here as well, so this one is a higher high. Okay, this one is a higher high and this one is a lower high. And look at this MACD over here, it is low, it is so high over here. It means that this one is a false top market has made. So you never know that market may reverse or collapse right at the top it has made. Okay, so MACD when it is making lower making higher highs, when the market is making lower highs and market is making lower lows, it means that this is the low and afterwards this is the low. So it is making lower lows and you will not be having the confidence for going by the trend. So here it changed and afterwards it went high, it went euphoric, and afterwards it came to some point, it went higher, and afterwards it came much lower. Really, is this the trend which we will be looking at? Please use crosshair. Okay. Okay. So this is the high you will be looking at. This is the high you will be looking at, and look at the MACD over here. It is low, and when considered to this high, it is almost about 9,600 to 9,597. So it is 3 points lower than the stop. However, the market is really euphoric over here. It means that market is going in a wrong direction whereas it has to go in a different direction. Okay, this is the place where the market is very euphoric and it will sell off. So MACD is only indicator of euphoria. If the market is going to reverse its gains, MACD will let us know. Okay, so over here it went high, however it went much lower than the top it has made. However, MACD has gone really high over here. It means that, so you will have to sell at this particular point, and if you had sold, how much profit would you have been made? Almost around 95, 97, let's consider 98. Okay, 95, 98 to, it went to 95, 76. 95.76 it went up to. So look at this, 95.76. So almost 25 points. So that's not bad. That too within almost how much? From 3.5 onwards, it went 25 points lower. Oh, that's good. That's huge. So if you had bought a put over here, if you had bought a put over here and sold it right over here, you would have almost made around 10 points easily. So 10 points, it is sure shot, right? So MACD gives you signals like this, okay? And those are the signals where you will be selling and you will be buying, okay? However, this itself is not an indicator. That is one of the things. Okay, right. So how did I make the decision over here that this one is the false top it has made? Very easy. Combined it with MACD over here, that this is a higher top, this is a lower top. Okay, when it is a lower top over here, higher top over here, it means that the market, though it is going higher, the MACD is going lower. It means that the trend is beginning to lose momentum. It is going to change, right? Combined with this indicator over here, that is the 9600, which is a psychological resistance for the market when it is full numbers, usually around round numbers, 9550, 9600, 9650, all those are strong resistances, right? So those are the points where either market will get lose its points, or if it crosses, it will gain such huge momentum that it will propel to really huge highs. Okay, let us consider all these and afterwards take a trade and see how it works. Right. So 9600 is a very strong resistance as the market is low, and previously also it fell down to 96, I mean 95, 96, and afterwards gained momentum, came to 9600 level. It did not sustain, it came really low. Okay, and afterwards it is again going to hit the resistance level, and now over here it is a low, right? This is a low as well, and it is a low over here, it is a low over here, it is a high over here, it is a high over here. It is following the trend. Okay, it went slower, it went sideways. Afterwards, this one is a higher high than this. It means that MACD is showing a lower low. It means that this is a false stop and the market will get sold off. Okay, when it made high over here and MACD made a low over here than the previous one, then it is a time to sell. And after 20-21 day moving average gave a signal that this is a reversal, this is a place where you have to sell. What I did, I waited for the retracement to touch, afterwards gain some momentum, and wait for the 2021 day moving average to be hit, and after that I took a sell over here and then sold somewhere around the break-even levels, which is somewhere around 9600 levels, okay, of futures. So that is the place where I bought it. So this is the place where I sold it, this is the place where I bought it, okay, somewhere around here. So now let us consider different chart examples. Okay, let me open the PDF document. Okay, give me 2 minutes. Let me open. Yes, Pradeep. It is usually the default which it will be. I will not consider anything else other than the default one. Okay. So it is 26, 13, and 9. There is no change in that. Okay. There are different ways how to check if the market is going high or market is going low. There are stochastics, sorry, and there are Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands, to an extent, it really helps. So I probably would give. I can't cover everything over here. I will be giving you the notes about what will make you money. Okay, so this one really makes money for me. So I am giving this information to you. So I will give you the notes of more trend trades which you can do. Okay, of more trend trades which will really help you. Okay. In the notes, I will be covering basically the practical examples. Not yet, Pradeep. Just a minute. I am trying to open. It's giving me an error. Okay. Okay. So these are the phases where the trend is either changing or it is trending. Okay. It is an uptrend or low trend or downtrend, it does not matter. However, what we need is a trending market to make money. Okay, when it is a trend trade which we will be considering. Okay, so these are the trending tactics. Over here, let us see what it means. Okay, so trending tactics, this is range bound. This is the start of the zone where it is starting to trend. It may be a buying zone or it may be a short covering. You never know when the market is going higher, why it is going higher, and there are ways that you will see the open interest and all those things. However, at the beginning you will not know that if it is actually a long or if it is actually a short. According to the open interest addition, if it is actually a short covering, because you will not know it is it is a long build up right in the beginning. Okay, as and when the open interest keeps on going higher, and the open interest is moving higher because of the long build up in the uptrending market. That is when you will verify that okay, so this is the place where you will be going long, because the market is euphoric, it will be going high and you will also go high. uh, and your stock or your underlying asset which you will be buying or selling, that also will go high. That is one of the reasons you will also go with the trend and buy something to make money by buying lower and selling higher. Okay, so that is the basic need of a trend, uh, I mean trend trade. So let us consider the phases of the market. So the market goes through these phases. One is the trade where it is starting and it is the buying zone, or it may be a short covering. Phase 2 where it is having major market uptrend, and phase 2 match buy bottom and dips and breakouts. So it has entered the phase 2 that it is trending higher by making lower lows. So these are the lower lows when considered when considered the trending. It has to make higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so let's open the chart and consider if it is making higher highs and higher lows over here. Okay, right, so let us consider this. And over here, if we consider this is a retracement, it means that when it is a retracement, it is changing of a trend. And now let us consider if it is making higher highs and higher lows. So let's draw one line over here. This is the higher high. And if it is making higher lows, yes, it is making higher lows. Okay? Yes. So this one is the low, this one is the low, and this one is the low, and everything is higher low than the previous one. Okay? And afterwards it moves higher. However, has it made a higher low? No, it has not made a higher low. So you still do not have a confirmation that the market is moving high, because when it has a change of trend, it never happens right away. Okay, so it takes some time for it to gain some strength and move higher. So you will have to wait for a confirmation that the support is being held intact to take a trend trade. Is it making higher highs and higher lows? It is making higher high. Yes, it is making higher high. Not the higher low. It went below the low of the previous one. Okay. So is it still the trend that which has changed? We'll see. Okay. Now let's consider this situation. We will have to see a retracement when we see a retracement of about at least from 100% to 76%. That is when it is considered as a retracement. Else it is not. Okay, so what I meant is, if you consider this, let's erase this Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so when it actually goes from the low of this to the high of this, it has to at least make a retracement of 61.8%. Did I say 76%? I'm sorry. It is 61%. If it at least has made a retracement of 61%, only then it is considered as a higher move and it is moving according to the trend. If it is not moving, if it is not making a retracement of 61.8%, then it is a reason for us to consider that it may move much higher or the market may fall. Okay, however, MACD gives us the signals when the market will fall and we will get out at that point of time. Okay, so this has made a retracement of much more than 61.8% and it fell. It actually gave a signal that it is holding the retracement level, right? So it held the retracement level. Afterwards, it is heading higher. And when it is heading higher, the market is giving the signal at the retracement level and the 20-21 day moving average is going positive. It means that 20-day moving average is going above the 21-day moving average, and if you buy over here at this point of time, somewhere over here, this point, either the retracement level will give the support or the 20-21 day moving average will give the support. So when it is moving much higher than this retracement level, it has come to the retracement level, it has taken support, and 20-21 day moving average has given support over here right at the place where retracement level has touched, and this is a sign that the market may see much highs over here. Okay, so let us consider the MACD over here. Look at this. So this one is a low. Okay. This one is a high. This made a high than this one. Yes, it made a high. And afterwards, this is much higher. Yes, it still went higher. Yes. Okay. So market over here, from here to here, if I consider, the market is going from lower low to lower high, right? So over here I am seeing that MACD is moving according to the trend, whatever it has. It means that it is a signal for me to buy the trend, what it is going through. Okay, so here I will be buying. It is not going against our trend, it is going by our trend. So this signal, this MACD also gives a crossover here and shows that okay, so there is some momentum gained in the market and it may cross the lows which it has made, and afterwards it may go higher and higher. Okay, this is a signal that it will go high from this level. So this is a trend buy point. So this will be a buy point for a trend after the movement higher, and when it moves higher, it will move to these levels somewhere around here, right? And afterwards it went through a small sideways correction and afterwards it made much highs. So if you had bought over here and put a stop loss of 100% over here, okay, it held its it held its bottom at 38.82% and afterwards went above the 61%, and If this high is to be considered, let us see 95.84 to 95.89. It is around 6 points. It has to at least make 6 points higher than this if we consider this Fibonacci retracement. Right, let's consider this. It is moving higher. It is moving in the direction of the market, that is uptrend, and 2021 day moving average has given us a signal, and afterwards it is crossing the levels of 100% as well, moving higher. We don't know at this point of time, however it may cross, so we will just think that it will cross, considering that it will cross. Okay, so over here we will be buying and putting a stop loss of 100%, which is somewhere around 84 to 76. So you are putting a stop loss of around 10 points. So don't put it right at 76. You'll have to wait for sometimes it may go a bit more lower. So it is best that your trend stop loss is at least 3 points lesser than the actual support low which you are looking for, at least 3 points, because usually if it comes to the support level it may propel much higher, and it may come to the break even point, or it may go higher than whatever the point you have bought it at. Okay, sometimes what happens is it makes a high, it will again come back to all the low it has made, and it will lose all the points, and you have hit the 100%. Sometimes it may go 2 or 3 points lower than this support level and gain traction, and it will make a much higher move probably. Okay, that is the reason you will take stop loss. You will have to trade with stop loss when it is with markets. Okay, else you will lose everything what you have. The pocket will be emptied in just days. Okay, so when you are not keeping a stop loss, you are gambling. When you are keeping a stop loss, you are trading. So be a trader and not a gambler. Okay, and you are here to take trades and learn how to trade. So always trade with stop losses. Stop losses is very important for any trader. Okay, right. So basically we will be talking about the trend, if it is going high, if it is the right time to buy, how we will verify that it is the right time to buy. Okay, right. Let us consider the interval of 5 minutes. Oh, what happened? Okay, so I don't know if it actually crashed. Okay, I think it is not responding correctly. Just a minute. Yeah, Pradeep, I am talking about trend trade over here. I'm not talking about scalp trades over here. Okay, something is wrong with this chart. Yeah, give me 2 minutes here. I'll pause the sharing and try fixing it. Give me 2 minutes. IAFL, yeah. Pradeep, all my life I have always, traded with IAFL. Sometimes, however, it may be my system uh, speed as well sometimes. So it's okay. I can live with IAFL for quite some time now. I have been living with IAFL. So it's not that IAFL will crash always. These days I am seeing some issues with IAFL. Usually what happens is as soon as we open the charts till 9:30 or so, we will not get the EMA these days. Earlier it used to just pop in the EMA as soon as the market starts. So these days 2021 day EMA is only showing up all after the 9:30. That is one thing, and sometimes it crashes. So these days it happened after they updated some things. They found a bug that it had to be fixed, and after they fixed this, it has become a bit volatile. It is not it is not as much fast and as much reliable as it was previously. Thanks for letting me know. I restarted the recording. Okay, so this is what I was letting you know. 5 minute chart also has given us a signal that market will move higher. Okay, it is taking signal strength over here. It is taking the support, and it took support at the Fibonacci series and moving higher. So this is what determined that market will go high, okay, in the 5 minute chart. 5 minute chart will only consider the price movement. 5 minute chart is an indication that it is it is going with the trend, or it is moving higher, or it will trend. That is the only indication what we want. Okay, so this one, considering this, we will be looking into buying at this particular point. Okay, and afterwards we'll go to 1 minute candles, and we will try buying at this point and keep a stop loss of the previous lows, and about 3 points lower than the previous candle. So that is what we will be considering to buy at this particular trend level. So after we buy at this particular trend level, what will happen is, what we will be looking at, what is the buy and what is the sell. Okay. So over here, when it gives a confirmation right over here, when it retraces back, and you will be buying for the high to happen. And after this level, we will be looking for the signal that it will take the support, and afterwards it will move higher. Okay. So that is what we'll be considering. And over here, this is the place. Around this place we'll be buying, and afterwards we'll be buying. Just a minute. Right. So this is the place where we'll be buying. Okay. Around this level, we see that there is a doji which is forming, and we see that the market is moving higher. Around this zone, the market may head higher. So we are considering this Fibonacci retracement. Is the MACD according to the trend? Yes, it is. It is a high, and it is a low. It has made the low, and afterwards it is moving higher. This is a low, and this is a low again, and it has moved accordingly. It will, or it is a low over here. Yes, it made a low over here. Now it is moving according to the strength of the market. It means that we will be buying at this point and putting a stop loss of 9572 and a set for a target of, we will be buying over here, right? We will be looking for a target of at least 9584 to 9589. So we will be looking for a target of at least this is 5 points over here, right? So we will be looking for target of at least 5 points above this line, this 100% line. So after that we can sell, or it may go much higher. At least this is the target level we will be reaching. Okay, at least this much. So that will be the target what we'll be looking for. And after that, the second target would be another 5 points above this top, right? At this another 5 points above the stop, we will keep on moving our we will keep on moving our stop loss from the previous one to the break even point where we have bought, and afterwards keep on waiting for it to head higher. Okay, let us see if it has moved much higher than what we were thinking. Okay, so over here we bought it and wait for it to break the 100% level. It broke the 100% level from 95.89. It touched 95.95 zone. So it is 89 to 95 is around 6 points. It met our first target intact. It has not given us any bad movements. Okay, at the target it retraces and afterwards comes down. So now when it hits our target, if you have to wait for the next target, what you will do is you will move this stop loss which you had placed somewhere around here. Okay, so somewhere around here you will have placed your stop loss. So this is the place of your stop loss, and stop loss has to be moved from here to your break even point. So you will move your break even point when it hits your target, and afterwards wait for the first move to come down, and afterwards head high to your target, and afterwards it has to head higher. Okay, so now let us go back and consider 84 to 89, that is 5 points. Target 1 is reached. What about target 2? 89 to, I mean 84 to 89, 5 points, right? So from this level, 95 level, it has to reach another 5 points. That is your second target. So second target is 600. It has exactly reached 600. That is the second target level, and afterwards came down. So when it hits the second target, your stop loss has to move to your first target. Okay, so that is the place when the market has to go down. What you have to do when you are following trend trade, your stop loss has to be going higher and higher, and when it is moving fast, you have to fastly move your stop loss to the level of break even. That is the place where you will be buying. Okay, so when you are buying this at this point of time, and when you are hitting the first target, you can sell it, or you can wait for the second target, and at that point of time you will be having your stop loss at the break even level. And when you are looking for the second target, when it is approaching the second target, first target should be your break-even point. If it has to be the target 3, then it can be 5 points above this, right? That is, this Fibonacci retracement is 5 point above this is what we'll be considering. Okay, so very basic thing what we have looked into is trend is the trader's best friend. However, trend is one of the worst things to wait for any trader. Trader wants to make much money faster. So when you have to trade by trend, what is the mindset you will have to have is you have to always follow the stop losses strictly. Stop loss, without following the stop loss, you will always burn your hands. You never know when the trend will change. Okay, what triggers the trend to change? There may be some euphoric news which will come up at some point of time, and afterwards, whatever the buy you have made will go down very, very steep. You always have to have stop loss when you're taking a trend trade. Okay, with respect to scalp, you are the stop loss. You own the stop loss, and you have to trigger it as soon as you are seeing that it is not going in the direction which you are looking for. Scalp, you are the stop loss. With respect to trend, you have to follow the strict stop loss as soon as you go into the trend trade. First of all, so what you will be doing is buy it, look for the target, set the target, and first set the stop loss on your trade. Never trade without stop loss. I have been stressing this from the day one. You have to have stop losses, and you have to have mindset that don't keep your stocks or don't keep your assets when it goes down as well. When it goes down, it is good to sell, and you should not get into a dilemma that should I sell at this point. If you don't want to waste your money and you don't want to just throw off your money to someone who you don't know, you don't know who is taking the share which you have bought, right? You will sell to someone. You don't want to wait for someone to sell it at much lower cost, a depreciated cost than what you have now, right? When you have to sell it. Okay, so when you're going in loss, it means that you are going in a loss at least till this point, not from now on. If you don't sell it at a stop loss level, it means that you're going to much more losses. It may come up. However, that may factor will will make your life so difficult that you will not be able to take any more trades. Okay, when you enter into trade, that is one of the reasons swing trade is much injurious. Okay, so you will hold it and hold it. At some point of time, your mind will say that, okay, I don't have anything in profits yet. So that yet factor, right? Murphy says that when you are waiting for yet to happen, you will always feel that it will never happen. Okay, that is the Murphy's law. So that yet factor, uh, it may happen, it is yet to happen. That yet factor feels like it will never happen. Okay, so your mind will feel like, okay, this much I have probably got something. I'll just take it off. Okay, when it moves down than the break-even point, I mean the point where you have bought it, your mind will say that, okay, I am losing almost this much. Why should I keep it? It may bounce back. However, you have to follow stop loss because There is volatility in the market. Market always contracts. When it goes high, it has to come down, and only after coming down it will go high. Market always if it goes low also, sorry, if it goes low also, the market will always try to make a high and then go low. Over here, let's consider this situation itself. Uh, we have a big downfall over here, okay, and afterwards what happened, the market try to make some high. There are some people who will buy at this point. It is called bottom fishes. So market went high and it came low. Market went high, it came low. Market went high, it came low. And market went much higher, it came much lower. Okay. So market always contracts and relaxes, so as your heart does. So it contracts and relaxes, so you have to have your stop loss in place to make sure that you are not losing much. Okay. Uh, when you when you don't have your stop loss, uh, 90% of the times what it happens is you will lose almost around 50% of your invested amount. So if you have invested around, when it goes below the stop loss, this is what the mindset you will have. Okay, it has gone such high, such low. I can't anyway sell at this point. What will I do? I will wait for it to move higher. And after some time, it will move much lower. Anyways, I have lost this much. What will I do? I will wait for it to move higher. And when it moves a bit higher, you will feel like, okay, I have waited for this much higher, I will wait for much more higher. Right. After it comes up, it goes down, and afterwards it comes up. You will feel that the trend has changed and it is going higher, and afterwards it will fall much lower. So this is the place where you'll feel like, okay, so now the market is going high. I will wait for it to move to my level where I have bought. And when it comes to the break-even point, you will always need the profit and you will wait for much more. It is for sure, right? So when you sell at stop loss, your mind will be free at least to take the next trades. So when it is moving much lower, your 50,000 rupees account, until it becomes 25,000 rupees and you see that it has made a substantial loss, it has made a deep hole in your pocket, you will not sell it. You will not sell it. So when you realize that it has made such a big a negative in your trading account, then you will feel like, okay, this is the time when I'll sell it. It may be the low of the stock as well. It may reverse after that. Very recently I answered one of the question. One of them asked, whenever I buy the stock, it goes lower. Whenever I sell the stock, it goes higher. Why is that? Yeah, that is because you are not following the trend when it is happening. You will feel that, okay, euphoria has set in too much and you are waiting for the stock to go much higher. Yes, it is going higher. After some time it will fall. Yes, you are thinking that, okay, it will go much higher at the time when it went higher, and at the high you will buy, and afterwards you will surely see that market will not go more higher. It has reached one of the threshold, it has reached this resistance level, it has reached one of the points where everyone is ready to sell. There is too much of supply at that point of time. You are buying at that point, and it means that you are sure to go uh, in a reverse direction when you are buying. That is what happens, right? So you have to sell at stop loss. When you sell at stop loss, you can take your next trades when it is happening much easier. Okay, you don't have to worry about something which is which is holding you back. It is pulling your legs, that every now and then you have to look into the monitor and see that, okay, it has gone much lower than what I thought. I should have sold at this particular point. Why didn't I sell? And afterwards it will go much lower. You will still not feel like I have lost enough. And afterwards, when you see the account, how much you have now, it has made a dent too much, then you will sell. And at that point, it may be settling down or it may be reversing. Though it is making high, you will not have a confidence to buy at that point, because you already lost enough money by selling it, right? You will not have the confidence that it will come higher. So always sell at stop loss. It is good for your health. Okay, trust me, it is good for your health. um, when I quit my job, I want to give you a small story. When I quit my job, all of a sudden, we were in US. I quit my job and came back to India. I strategized, I backtested, and afterwards I wanted to live in India, and I wanted to start my trading completely. Okay, so that is the time when everyone came to me and said that, okay, when you are stock trading, it is as good as gambling. uh, I made them understand that when it is when you know the results, that you will win at least 70 to 80% of the times, it means that it is not gambling. Gambling is, you may win or you may lose, right? You don't have anything else, and you keep on betting that you will win, though you are losing. Okay, when it is trading, you always have to have a discipline to sell at that particular point, so that it does not become gambling. And my wife was very much worried that what will our expenses go through and all those things. I had my fund and all those things. However, what about the salary? I will not be getting a salary these days. Uh, After I quit my job, what happens to our family? And at that point, I had my kid as well. So I wanted my kid to be a Indian citizen. So at the time when my wife conceived, we came back, and around the time when I had the kid, I started trading completely, and I showed my wife that, okay, so I had around $54,000 of salary over there per annum, and I was drawing almost around uh, 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees per month by coming over here as salary. So after some time, what happened is, when my account increased in its value, I started trading in lots, in much higher lots. Uh, I have gone up to 15 to 20 lots in Nifty futures, and in options it was much higher. At that point of time, uh, I was not able to keep my stop losses correctly, because when it goes to much higher management, you can't really stop at that point of time, because though you made a small amount of loss, it will be much higher. Okay, the stop loss should be much lower when you're trading with much higher account. So at that point I thought that okay, I should be reducing my amount of trade which I'll be doing, and I reduced it. I fixed somewhere around 30,000 rupees is the threshold. So my wife was worried that I am not drawing a salary. Previously I was withdrawing the amount once in a month, and after once in a month I started withdrawing once in a month. Though I was making good trades, I was not making good money at the end of day. I was not managing it right. When I don't manage it right, it means that I am not making consistent money out of it. When I'm not making consistent money out of it, then trading is becoming gambling. Okay, so that is when I realized that okay, so now whatever I am comfortable with, only those are the trades which I'll have to take, and whatever the amount which I am comfortable with, only with that amount I have to trade. Okay, so I reduced from 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees to up to 4 lakh rupees. I bought it down to only around 30,000 rupees, and now if I have to trade with Nifty futures, I have a different account where I keep it only for Nifty futures. Okay, so Nifty futures is a different account. I will trade with Nifty futures on that account, and I will just take the money out of the Nifty futures as well. Okay, that is what I do. So when I have to trade only with options, I will never go above 30,000 rupees, and at a point I will never trade more than 4 lots. Okay, why I wanted to share this information is you will find a sweet spot for yourself whenever you're trading. You have to see what is suiting you, what is not suiting you. If you have to start with 6,000 rupees or 8,000 or 10,000 rupees in the beginning, start with that, scale slowly and follow discipline, that you are making enough consistent money after you start trading, and then scale up. Okay, don't scale up much higher in the beginning and lose. Though you are disciplined, you will not make consistent money when it is a higher account. Okay, though you are disciplined, you will not be making enough money when you don't have a mindset that you will sell at stop loss. Okay, discipline is one of it. However, though people are disciplined, they have a stop loss. Sometimes they will bar the stop loss and go a bit lower and sell it off. Okay, thinking that it may reverse. They have a discipline, however they are not following the exact stop losses what they had set for themselves. Okay, no one sets the stop loss for you. You have to do everything for yourself. Okay, so I wanted to give you information that stop loss is such important that it stops you from falling off a trench, and just like Schumacher, right? Schumacher, you know, came down from a helicopter and afterwards he wanted to ski down. So what happened is he came down and afterwards he was hit by such a force, and he banged himself over there and he never came down. He only almost went up. Okay, so your account also, it should keep on going up. However, it should not go up, means it should not die, right? So if you don't maintain the stop losses, your account will be just like Schumacher. It comes down and it will never it will never go higher. It may go higher that if he had followed a discipline of just skiing, it would be consistent and he is making consistent money. You as well, if you are making good discipline, you will be making consistent money by following the stop loss. When your stop loss hits, sell it. Don't look into that trade. Next trade is right in front of you. Take that position and go ahead with it. Okay, that is the mindset you have to have. um, any of the underlying asset, it is, you should not keep it as a wife. It is only to be considered as a time pass friend, and you have to ditch it when it is at the high point of time. When it is time, when it is at your target, you have to ditch it. Okay, you have to. So that is one of the main things which you have to follow in discipline, and you have to follow it to make consistent money. Right, so we are considering this situation where we bought over here and waited for the Fibonacci to reach over here and reach over here. We sold at the second target by moving the stop loss to the first target. Okay, so over here, how we kept till the second target, we moved our stop loss to the break even. At least you will not be losing whatever you have invested after following the technical analysis. So if you buy it, if you sell it at the stop loss of break-even point, it didn't reach the break-even point over here. It retraced, and after retracing, it was a good retracement what it took. Let us draw this. So if we consider this, it was a healthy retracement. It retraced as much as it has to, and afterwards it moved higher. So it didn't come to the break-even point. It retraced and afterwards it went higher and it touched the second target. Okay, exactly the second target. It touched the second target and afterwards came down. So all this while, what I see over here is, yeah, the market is moving sideways. MACD is moving sideways. It means that it is a sign that the market is losing its sheen. It is losing its sheen of moving higher over here. Though I am heading higher, this MACD is not heading much higher over here. It means that it is losing its sheen. The market is probably going to sell off further. That is one thing which we have to consider over here. It has not yet given us the signal that it will sell off. Okay, however, it is giving a signal that the market is not going according to the trend. So over here, this was a lower high. However, this was a, I mean, this was a higher high, though the market went low over here than this particular one. So the momentum is dying, is what MACD is suggesting. So at this point, when we have reached our first target, I had better sell off and let me go for the next trade and look for the MACD either reversing or either having the signal that we will have to sell at this point. That is the place where we have to wait for the next one when you're going with the trend. So MACD gives you all the information that the trend is intact, the trend is slowing down, the trend is moving in a different direction than what you ought to go. Okay, so this is what MACD is suggesting. Though it is making a high, this high is, I mean, this one is not that much higher than this one over here, or this one over here. though it is making a low, it means that the market is going in a different direction than the trend what we are actually following. It is a uptrend what we are following over here. However, it will not go in the uptrend much uh, than what we are expecting. Okay, now it is slowing down, and at this point of time, yes, it peaks off. It is the high, though it is the low over here. Than this, look at this one and this one has too much of difference, though this one is high and this one is low. It means, so it means that the market is giving a clear signal that the market is going to fall, or market is going in a reverse direction. Okay, so the euphoria touched, and afterwards we will have to look into the MACD, that my MACD reversed over here. When it reversed in such big difference, that this is a signal line, and this is the MACD line. When the MACD came down, it came really down. Okay, it means that the angle between these, it is too high. The difference between these two is too high. It means that there is a wide gap that the market will fall more. Okay, so when there is wide gaps in between, it means that market will fall much more. So this is the place where I bought, where I sold the market. It gave us a direction that market is falling. 2021 day moving average gave a signal that it is selling off, and the peak 9600 is touched, and it is falling from this particular zone, which is a total resistance zone. It has hit 9600 here as well, here as well. It has always held the market here. It has held 9600 when it went higher. When it is lower, it is a resistance zone. It hit 9600 level and it came down. It means that the market will sell off. Okay, so what I will look for now is this retracement a right retracement for me to sell or not? So when I am looking for a retracement, it should at least fall till the level of 76.4%. Okay, that is a healthy retracement. If it doesn't fall till 76.4% from the previous low to the high, uh, when we draw the Fibonacci retracement from previous low to the high, when it at least does not fall till 76.4%, it is not a healthy retracement, and it is not to be considered retracement. It is a continuation sign. Okay, so now I verify that the retracement level of Fibonacci series is reached, and afterwards it is rebounding, and the market has already given us a sell signal, right? So we are not going higher over here. It is right there, and it came to the retracement level again, and this is the time when I will sell. So 20 DMA, 21 DMA is a strong resistance when it is falling down, right? So this is what happened over here. It has a strong resistance. Now it went a bit higher, however it came lower and it never could cross it. Okay, that is what will happen. So 9600 level is a strong resistance. It fell from those levels. There is a sell signal on 2021 day EMA. MACD is falling really high, really in a huge gap. It means that it is going down, much downer, and afterwards we see a retracement level support, and afterwards a resistance zone right at the retracement level, and it is going much lower than this. Okay, so it means that it is a clear sell at this point. So it went to the 2021 day EMA and afterwards it is coming down. Now I will sell at this point. I have a very clear indication that it will not go higher, as all these signals are giving me a sell signal. I will sell at this point and wait for the 100% to be breached, right? And after it reaches the 100%, usually I will buy it off. Sometimes it will retrace from the 100% level, because 100% level of Fibonacci retracement is really big support levels. Okay, though we have to consider the other supports as well. However, Fibonacci retracement level 100% and 0% is a really high resistance zones or support zones. Okay, when it has to head much lower, the momentum should be really high, and only then it can head more lower. Okay, so usually I will square it off at the 100% level. So I did this time as well. I thought that the market will take support around the break even points. I almost bought it at this level of 100%, and afterwards the market went much lower. Okay, so the market went lower and afterwards market retraced in a good way, and afterwards it did not reach the 100% and again it fell off. Okay, so that is what happened. Okay, so this is what is a clear trend sell zone. Okay, okay, so this is a clear trend sell zone, right? Next, what we'll do is I will give you one chart and I will give you the 2021 day moving average, the Fibonacci retracement. I want to know, other than Mahendra, no, I don't use, Pradeep, I don't use. It, okay, so other than Mahendra, does everyone have their chart? Could everyone tell me if everyone has their charts? Okay, so I want you to open it and let's now consider Reliance as the underlying asset. Okay, right. So I want everyone to open their technical chart, or rather than opening your charts, it may take some time. I want to show you what the trend is and how far the trend can be helpful. Okay, so we are considering Reliance as of now, and at the tick of around 10:05 we will be taking if it is actually a buy or if it is actually a sell. Okay, this is the place where we'll be considering, and let us head to the Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so Really sorry, I am on mute. I want to show that it is not only working on Nifty, but it works on Reliance or any other stock as well. Okay, so I want you to give me the information that is this a clear buy zone at this point. Okay, and what are the signals which is indicating that it is a clear buy, okay, at this point. So what are the signals indicating that it is a clear buy? And if you want the crosshair, I will open the crosshair. Okay, I want you to check. See, this is the place where I want you to verify that it is a clear buy. Okay, why is it a clear buy? Okay, so let's start getting the answers. I want answers from everyone. Why is it a clear buy over here? What are the signals which are indicating that it is a clear buy? Okay, I've started. Is the Fibonacci retracement happening? Narendra, I don't know if it is a question. Are you asking me a question? Actually, I asked you a question. I wanted the answer. I want everyone. I will show you some charts. Okay. Is the Fibonacci retracement happening? Okay. All right. What else? I mean, I don't want just Fibonacci retracement happening. I want a complete answer. Why it is a better time to buy at that point. Okay, Amit's answer, higher lows. The red line closed above white line. Yes. Above white line. Yes. Um, and small resistance is broken. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Abhilash, okay, so guys, I am not sure if everyone understands red line and white line. Um, Please don't tell that it is a red line and white line. I want you to call it as 20 day EMA close and 21-day EMA open. Okay, so that way, I mean, after this class, what you will do is red line and white line. Where will you understand what that red line and white line is? Start calling by its name, and afterwards you will remember what it is. So if you just give information that it is a red line and white line, you will not understand what it is. I am having only practical examples. I'm letting you guys read the theory, and I want you only to understand the practicality of it, just because I want you to see what is happening in the real world. Okay, we are from our schools till the college, till our engineering, till our uh, MS, we are always fed with theory, no practicality at all. Okay, so if we are not practical, your trading also will not be practical. So please don't call it as red line and white line. 20-day EMA close and 21-day EMA close is what I want everyone to call it by. Okay, let us call it by name, because after this class you will remember 20-day close, 20-day EMA close and 21-day EMA close, and those are your best friends, guys. I mean, it will actually help you so much that it will make consistent money for you. Okay, so if you should not forget, please call it by names. Okay, right. Okay, so let's see the answers. White line and small resistance is broken. Yes, absolutely. So this is the line of resistance. Do you remember, do you see that this is the line of resistance? That is the reason I asked why is it the best buy zone. Okay, um, when I say a zone, I mean that there are multiple factors being considered when I am saying it is a zone. Okay, it is a point when it is one or two of the positives. When it is a zone, it means that there are multiple things happening at the same time, which is giving us a buy signal. And if we buy, it is sure shot that it will go in the trend which we are following. Okay, that is the confidence you should have. Zone is a place where multiple things are happening, showing that it will either go up or go down. Okay, that is the trend. It is playing by trend. Why? Because I'll tell you the answer. However, I want answers from you. There is a gap in MACD which shows uptrend, if I am not wrong. Mahendra, don't ever say that if I am not wrong, if I am wrong. Okay, give your answers. Let it be whatever you think of. I don't want anyone to think that it may be wrong or it may not be wrong. Give your answers. If it is wrong, you will learn. If it is not wrong, you are always right. Think of it. However, market will not prove that you are always right. Okay, you will be wrong with respect to markets, and Mahendra, don't be ashamed that you are wrong. Okay, and thanks for all the answers. Narendra says 20-day EMA crossing, 21-day EMA exactly. And Indranath Yadav says support above EMA and high, low and higher high. Yes, consolidation period over. Dojai formed in 5-minute chart at 10:05. Good, Pradeep. You analyzed that also. Okay, so guys, I set a zone because it is a very sweet, soft point, that it is a clear indication that it will move higher. Okay, so there are multiple things happening over here. I wanted a full answer about why it will go higher from this particular point onwards. Okay, there are about 3 or 4 things you have to consider. I have already told that you have to always consider the supports, okay, and resistances. So this is a clear support, I mean clear resistance which has played here, here, here. So when it is breaking this resistance zone, right, when it is breaking this resistance zone, what I will expect is it has to be with momentum. Okay, when the resistance is broken, there is a big chance that the market may reverse that up move, and it can fall further. Okay, so you have to see a very big move or a momentum move when you are breaching the resistance zone, and that shows in the price action. Okay, that is the first point. The first point is price action shows that this is a clear break of resistance, and I am not coming down. All right, that is one thing. Momentum momentum is the best thing which can propel the market and give you great profits. Okay, next, the second thing is, it is at the resistance zone, and it is at the 20-21 day moving average. It has taken support at the 20-21 day moving average. It has exactly taken support at that. It is going higher. Okay, it touches the retracement zone, comes back to the resistance zone, and it takes support again and goes higher. It means that it is not going down than the resistance. Okay, here the support line, once it has gone higher, it will remain higher until this support again becomes resistance. Once a resistance, now a support. It has gone high, now it will be a support. It came to the levels of the support zone, it took support, the 20-21 day moving average, the Fibonacci series, the support zone, everything is right over here in this eclipse. Okay, and everything is supporting the move higher. At the same point, what I see is MACD is elongating much more, and let us consider the crosshair. Look at the crosshair. The market is moving higher, and it moved higher, and look at this. All of a sudden, when the market it is retracing, however, it has enlarged its gap. If it is moving lower, it has to reduce its gap. It is enlarging. It means that this low is only an indication of retracement, and it will go higher. Okay, it will go higher, and this one is an engulfing candle, right? When it has taken almost all the previous candles over here, almost about 6 or 7 candles, it has taken the 6 or 7 candles, and afterwards it broke this resistance zone to move higher and hit by Fibonacci resistance and Fibonacci retracement level as a resistance. It came down to the level where it took resistance previously, now a support, came back to the level almost near to 20-21 day moving average, to the retracement level, that is 61.8, which is the greatest support zone when it is retracing, and afterwards moves higher. And when it moves higher, how much higher? It breached this level, and after it breached the level, went much higher. Okay, so what we are looking at is, if you have to take a trade over here, there are multiple things playing a it is a sweetheart, it is a darling for you at this point of time. So you have to look for all these things. So over here, the first point is the price action. Price action is really high, the momentum is really high. One, second, it has touched the 2021 day moving average, and afterwards it took support right at the 2021 day moving average, and afterwards it went higher, right? It actually took support at this zone at 2021 day moving average. It went higher. It is near to the resistance level, and it is near to the resistance level of Fibonacci retracement, after barring which, okay, the third thing is the resistance level. So the resistance level is, this is a big resistance for Reliance. It could not breach it for two times continuously, right? Now it has breached, and it means that when it breaches, it will reach much higher highs. Resistance zone once, twice, now thrice, it didn't maintain that resistance anymore. It went higher with momentum. Okay, resistance is the third thing, and the fourth thing is the retracement level. So retracement level is playing a sweetheart for us right at the time when it is coming down. Okay, retracement level and the resistance, 20-day EMA, everything is at the same point for the market or for Reliance to move much higher. It came down, came to the level of resistance, and came to the level of retracement, which is almost at the same point, and 2021 day moving average is also almost at the same point. Everything lent the support right before the support level, and it moved much higher. So the second candle from I mean the first candle after it took support is when I will be buying. So if I had bought at this point, say you are not that fast, you bought it at this point, 1381 zone, and afterwards, okay, I forgot the fifth point, which is lending support at this point of time. The fifth is MACD. MACD is again a sweetheart. It is actually lending great support for us here, and it is showing us that I am going in a direction where market has, or the stock has to go, and it is going in a wider range where it is going higher, right? So this is the fifth indicator that is showing that this current trend of low it has made is going away, and it is going in a high range, it is going in an uptrend. And now when I buy somewhere around 1381, I see a move up till 1396. 81 to 96 is huge. Okay, 10-point move. 10-point move, though you have only about 10,000 rupees, usually you will get 10 times the leverage. If you had traded with 1 lakh rupees, 10-point move means that you can buy somewhere around 100 shares or so. Okay, so not 100 shares, around 80 shares. So if you wait for probably just around this level, I bought it 1381 to 1396. I don't want to wait till 1396. I may square it off at 1392 or 139 at the time when it is going down. Around this level I will be squaring off 92, I suppose. Okay, around this level I want to square off and just move off. So it means that I have made 1381 to 1392, I have made around 11 points. 11 points. into 80. If I just go with 80, 80 into 10 is 800 rupees just with one trade. At If you have 10,000 rupees, you have made about 8%. You have made around 8% in one trade. Okay, so this trade would have made 8% right away. So this trade has made from 81 to 96 levels, which gave you a huge amount by just following the trend and by just following the signals which it is giving. Let us go into the 5-minute chart. I am not sure if it goes right. However, let's not go into the 5-minute chart because it's already 6:30. I'm sorry for that. However, let's look into some other stocks as well, which follows the charts. Reliance. What else follows it? SBI. Okay. 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 So let us verify if this is an optimum zone for buying, right? Okay, so this is moving higher, and let us consider the momentum. It has broken the previous resistance zone of this, which is this level to this level. It is this zone which it has broken, and afterwards it took support around these levels as well over here. And let us this is a true resistance zone as of now, right? It has shown resistance always right over here. Okay, let us consider MACD. MACD is, yeah, so over here there is a high and MACD is going high. Okay, that is good. So now let us consider the 2021 day moving average. Yes, 2021 day moving average is giving a signal over here, and yes. Okay, all right. So now we have another clear winner. Okay, so till what levels it went? Let us consider the Fibonacci retracement. So let us consider the downs to the highs it has made. So let's say Fibonacci retracement level is this. It went to these highs. Okay, this is the high previously. Okay, and it went down. It came to the level of 38.2%, and this is one more perfect example. Okay, so Ahmed says yes bank. Okay, all right. Yeah, I took SBI. Right. Over here, it has a resistance zone. This one is a resistance zone. It is a retracement zone. This is a resistance zone when it is lower. Okay, so it is a resistance as of now. We don't know that the market will go higher over here. Okay, it gave such a big move, and afterwards, what will happen? We don't know, right? So what we will do is it will we will have to wait. Okay, so over here what it does is it breaches the resistance zone right at the level of retracement. Okay, 2021 day moving average is right at the movement when it is crossing the resistance zone. Okay, so here as well, right over here, retracement level is right at the level of 20-21 day moving average, and MACD has given us a clear buy signal by going high. It is just increasing in its size over here, and afterwards it went into a small sideways movement, and after the sideways movement is completed, it went much higher. Okay, and this is the point where it is making lower lows, and it is higher over here, however the market is lower over here. So it means that the market has reached a high point. It is not going by. Yeah, big down move followed by sideways. Okay, yeah, right. So I am just considering for just for the sake of a technical analysis, I am considering this. Though it is making sideways move, it is making highs, and it is not breaching our you know it is not breaching the way we have put our stop loss. Okay, let us say this is the place where we'll be buying. Okay, it is lending support over here. It is at the retracement level. It has breached the resistance zone. It is about 20-21 day moving average. MACD is elongating. We bought it over here around these level 284. Now if we wait for let us place a stop loss around the previous low, that is 284. Okay, we will place it 30 paise below this 284, around 283.7. Okay, so we'll place it at 283.7, somewhere around this level we'll place it, right? So what we will be considering is we will move the stop loss when it is touching the high or the target which we have considered. Okay, so this is the place where I'll be buying around 284.83. Okay, and I wait for 284.83. It has been moving in sideways zone, and after moving in sideways zone, my stop loss is around this level. So it makes a big move. After it makes a big move, what is my target? My target is from 61.8% to 100%, that is 284.54. Let's open a calculator. My target will be 285.3 minus 284.54, which is 76 paise, right? So this is what we are considering. This makes a breach. After this, we will move our stop loss to the level where we have bought it, and after this we see that the market moved to the level of 280 86.25. Okay, so the first target will be about 285.30, right? So 285.30 to 75 paise is somewhere around 286 uh, 286 10 or 286 5 or 286.05. So that is somewhere around 286.05, somewhere around here, right? So what we'll do is, next we will wait for this break even point. If we have to wait for our next target, what we'll do is we will move our now after it breaches this level. Now it is at the break even point. First target is done. it is moving higher. At the point when it is moving higher, now we'll move the stop loss to the break even point, and after it reaches 286.5, probably it went up to 287. I'm not completely sure what this is. Let us see. um, I'm not getting to. So yeah, it went up to around 287 zone or something, 286.6. So probably another 10 paise, 286.7. So over here we will wait for 75 paisa move above this 286.1. So 75 paisa move is around 287 or 286.85. So when we reach 286.85, I mean 285, sorry, 286.85, we will move it higher. However, it didn't reach that level. So what we'll be squaring off at is we will be moving at 286.1 to home, and we will book the profit at this point of time. So by following this, what we can understand is the technical analysis is as good as how much you will employ it. If you see all the signals, you know the stop loss right away. You know, sometimes it will reach the target much faster, so you have to be fast in computing your target as well. However, you should be knowing at the time when you are entering, you will have some time for entering at the time when it is happening. So compute the stop loss first, and afterwards the target. When all these indicators fall in place, when all these indicators are giving you a green signal, it is unlikely that it will move to your stop loss right away. Okay, so put your stop loss and wait for the target. So target may be achieved when it is having such big momentum. The target may be reached much faster. Okay, so compute your target within 2 or 3 seconds when you are when you are considering the technical analysis, and afterwards move your stop losses up when the market is moving higher. Okay, so always trade with stop losses. You will at least be not losing much money. When the technical analysis hits a point where you will be buying, you buy it, and afterwards when it is going in your way, increase the stop loss to the break even point. Don't keep it right over there, and afterwards trend will favor you according to the technical analysis. Yes, Amit gave us Yes Bank, so I want to consider Yes Bank as well. So So let us make an analysis at the place where it is moving higher or moving lower, okay, and see if it is actually favoring us. The technical analysis is giving us a clear information or it is not. Okay, we will verify that. Let us take. Um, let us consider, as of now I can't give you a clear information of the MACD over here. So is there anything in last 6 months? Let's consider the last 6 month chart. Okay, it is going only higher. Okay, let's consider this situation. How is it over here? Let us see the MACD, and let's draw a Fibonacci retracement from this point, previous point, to the highs, and afterwards we will verify if it is a clear signal of sell-off. Okay, right. So let us consider how this market is trending. Okay, the market made a high over here, it is falling, it fell to the level of 76.4%, it retraced and afterwards touched the level of 91%. It could not hold on, and afterwards it fell and it formed a doji. Okay, it is a doji, which is fallen. All the green has been reversed from the bears. It is a clear sell-off. It started low and headed much higher, and it almost formed it is a doji which it formed, and after it formed a doji, it started falling much more. Okay, and at 61.8%, look at the signals what it is giving. So 61.8%, the market has a 20-21 day moving average right over there. Okay, and the previous resistance zone is now a support zone, or I mean previous resistance zone is now still a resistance zone. Okay, over here this is a resistance zone, previously a big resistance zone. It fell from this level, so now it is a resistance again. It is again a retracement level, which is again a resistance. Now 20-21 day moving average, let us consider the MACD, what signal it is giving. Look at this, the market is falling and this is increasing in its value, and over here it has increased much more, right? So when the MACD increases much more, then it is a clear indication that it will fall more, right? So it starts falling over here, MACD increases too much, and this is a clear indication that 20-21 day moving average has given us sell signal right before this signal. Okay, so this momentum, a momentum candle has shown that there is a signal before 20-21 day moving average has cracked before this fell off. Okay, so 20-21 day moving average is showing that, okay, so now is the time when market will sell off. Okay, the market opened below the resistance zone. Okay, market opened below the resistance zone, it could not stand the resistance, it went to the 20-21 day moving average and afterwards made a clear fall to the bottom, and after it touched the bottom it made much loss. Okay, though you have not bought at this particular level, uh, it may be a very huge move downwards, you may have a fear that it is not a signal. The next day if you had sold, look at how much it has crossed. So it came to the 100% level. If it breaches 100% level, it has to go from 61.8 to 100% level. So let us calculate how much it has fallen. Okay, 1576 to 1459. I think 6 14 59. It is 117 points. So from this level, this is the sell point. When it breaches this 100%, what you will be selling is at this point, that is around 1500 level. So it has fell till almost around 13, okay, 13 1370 of let's say 1370 levels. Okay, it has fallen till 1370 levels. So let us say you sold at the start of the day, and then start of the day is around 1500. So 1500 minus 1370 oh, 1500 minus 1370 is 130 points. So 117 points is the target what we were looking for. So 117 points is reached somewhere over here. Okay, it fell below this 100%, and this is what we will be taking a trade for. So it falls below the 100%. The target what we will be looking for is 61.8% to the zero level. How much it is? It is the difference we'll take the first target for, right? So somewhere over here your target is hit. Once your target is hit, sell it off, or keep it to the break even levels. So if you have to wait for the next target to be moving further. Okay, so when it is moving further around this level, if you don't want to sell, if it is moving further, move your stop loss from the break even level to the first target and wait for it to move further. So now what you will be taking home is the target 1. It moved higher, it moved lower than what you were thinking is the target 1. So when it is moving lower, you will move it to the target 1, and afterwards you will wait for the target 1 not to be breached. And when the target 1 is the stop loss, it will be breached, and afterwards you will have to sell at target 1 and take the profits home. Around 117 points is our target. It has breached the target, and afterwards it has hit the target. Okay, right. So trend analysis, I want everyone to give me feedback. How much confident are you now trading with the trend and with the indicators whatever you have learned now? So how much confident are you by looking at the charts that you can make the trend? Right, guys, I am waiting for answers. So how confident are you by looking at the trend? uh, you can make a trade. How confident are you? Good, Narendra. Okay, so Pradeep, are you saying you are feeling comfortable more with trend trading or with the trend trading which I taught you now? So my question was, is trend trading feeling healthier for making money than scalp trading? Just that. See, scalp and trend together, it is surely possible. See, when there is something brewing, there are times when I will start giving the analysis of the market, right? That is when I will feel confident that if the market is actually moving higher or lower, when the trend by experience I have reached a level that when the trend is changing, my when the chart shows that there are moves, uh, I can see it. Okay. Now I just drew all those things for you. I will always have it on my charts. However, when the trend is actually turning, I now have the confidence that okay, now the trend is changing and I have to take the trade. So scalp trading is always there. How much ever scalp trading is beneficial for me in trend as well as non-trend. When it is going down, I will make much more money with selling when it is going down, when by buying call when it is going up a bit. Okay, so I will be making much more money when I am scalping in lower trend. Okay, so trend trade is taken when the trend reverses and wait painfully until it reaches the wait painfully until it reaches the target. Okay, 75 to 80% of the times it will reach the target which I have set. Okay, so uh, I am confident that trend will make money, however, not as much as scalp can for me. Okay, so it is your comfort zone you have to find in the market. You have to make strategies work for you. Okay, so you are trading to make money on a consistent basis. Whatever makes consistent money for you without you taking too much of risk and without you taking too much of tension, because if you take too much of tension, if you think that scalp is too much of tension, it is hard for you to scalp. So look for trend trades and look for contra trades. When the trend is moving down, that is a contra trade as well. It is a trending market. It is a bull market as of now. When it is going down, you still know by looking at the chart that I am confident that trend is moving in a different direction, though it may bounce up. By this technical analysis, I have a confidence that at least it will go till this particular point and then bounce back. Okay, so you have to find your comfort zone. This is about Nifty intraday options trading, right? So you have to see how much Nifty is moving in one direction and take the options. Options will move with Nifty, right? So that way you are making almost the same amount of money with lesser amount which you will spend. Okay. Okay, Narendra has a question. How to spot the trend in a particular stock? Have to watch it throughout the day. Yes, you have to watch it. You have to watch and you have to gulp the trend when it is happening. There is no other way, Narendra. See, there are too many things which you can. I think Pradeep can give more information about Zero Das AI or something like that. However, Pradeep, type in your AI which you have with Zerodha or someone, so I can help others also by spreading the word. Okay, so Narendra, you have to watch the stock market charts and if you have watched CNBC TV 18, probably you have, and you may have watched the person called as Sudarshan Sukhani. He usually he is from S2 analysis or some trading company. Okay, he always says so these news readers will ask them the question. So now that market has fallen this much, so do you expect that the market to move much lower? And he says that uh, I can't say that because it has to happen on the charts rather than just saying it off. If it has to happen, it will show on the charts, and when it shows on the chart, I will show it on the channel. That is what he says. So according to technical analysis, he is a technical analysis person. Okay. According to technical analysis, he can confidently answer any questions whenever it is an impromptu answer, right? When they are on the channel, they want the answer right away. So it is an impromptu answer. With technical analysis, he can answer it right away by giving the answer to that particular question, whatever they are asking. He says that, okay, it has to happen on charts rather than you asking. When it happens on the chart, I will let you know on the channel. So when he is that confident, anyone can be confident with technical analysis. You have to find your sweet spots. Okay. So Narendra, if you are looking for any particular timing, you have to look for any chart to turn in that particular time. Okay. Or any chart to turn in that particular period of time with the 1 minute and 5 minute, and take confirmation, and then trade. Okay. uh, that is the way you will have to gulp the trades. I mean, trend will not wait for us. Trend just happens. Okay. And trend will change also. If you are too late, you will be buying at the wrong place or selling at the wrong place. Okay. I am not much more confident than before. Indranath, okay. So let us see if we can help you further. Amit, got a difference between scalp and trend. Okay, all right. Feels confident. Okay, I am very much confident. Mahindra, a strong trend creates a steeper slope in a price action, and also 21 20 EMA. Yes, yes, correct, Amit. And so when the price action and 2120 EMA slope is not steep, keep scalping. Yeah. Pradeep has answer. Zerodha has screener for chart trends in their AI. Okay. Okay, everyone. See, Narendra, if you are looking for something which can give you information right away, um, there is something called as screener. Zerodha is one of the stockbroking companies, and they have something called a screener for chart trends in their AI. Okay, so they can write alerts for you when there is a crossover, when there is a MA crossover or MACD signal crossover or anything like that. If you are actually looking for something like this, then this is the best thing what you can do, Narendra. So you will have to set the alerts, and after setting the alerts, you will have to take the trade according to that. If it has happened or if it has not happened, you will have to wait further. Okay. So not every MA crossover is a signal. Okay. Not every MACD signal crossover is a signal. There will be small movements. You have to look for elongated and wider movements in MACD. Okay. That is a signal that you can buy or sell. So that gives you the confidence for buying or selling. Okay. So if anyone has more questions, I will take it right now. It is we have barred the timing whatever we have.